Hey guys, hello. In this lecture series, I'll be covering section based answer writing, and the first section we'll be dealing with is the disaster management. So, why we are adopting this approach of section based answer writing? It is because you can utilize the similar information on a particular section in different questions. Like if you are studying disaster management and attempting questions only on disaster management, it will help you in preparing that topic very thoroughly, rather than jumping from one topic to another topic and solving different questions on the same day. You can adopt this approach of going by sections and write questions only on that section. So you can watch Mranal sir's video. He has explained pretty well why this approach should be adopted, and how many popular sites are making folly by giving different questions on a similar day. So we'll be dealing with the landslide hazard zonation question that was asked in the UPSC mains 2019. So let us begin with our question on the landslide hazard zonation. Landslide hazard zonation is basically creating such maps to prepare the effective disaster response to the landslides that occur in a particular region. So as you can see here, that this is the very high hazard landslide zone in the northern region of the country. Here it is better explained that the Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand region are prone to the landslides, and they have the greater hazards of landslides, and as well as in the northeastern states of Sikkim, Meghalaya, Nagaland, this region is prone to the landslides. So severe to high landslides occur in this region and northeastern region as well. So this Himalayan region is the most prone area to landslides, and it is estimated that the economic losses due to the landslides may reach up to 1.2% of the gross national product for the many developing countries. So it is a very huge loss of the resources, of the economic loss that caused by the landslide is very high. 1 to 2% of GDP is we don't even spend more than 2% on our health. So this is the very big loss for the country. The actual question that was asked in the 2019 GS3 paper was this: that the disaster preparedness is the first step in this disaster management process, and how this hazard zonation mapping will help in the disaster mitigation in case of landslides. So how we can approach this question? We can first define what is disaster preparedness. Disaster preparedness is basically about predicting, preventing and mitigating the impact of a particular disaster. So these three keywords are very important when you are writing any question on the disaster preparedness. So you should mention these three keywords, that is predicting. What involves predicting? How we can predict a particular disaster before it occurs. So we can predict the disaster of landslides if we have the this hazard zonation mapping with us. We already know that the northern Himalayan region or the northeastern region of the country is prone to the landslides, and we may act before it occurs. Like if there is a unusual rainfall in less span of time, there might be landslides. So we can predict that, we can prevent and as well as mitigate the impact of the disaster. So it is called a preparedness. The preparedness of a preparedness before the disaster occurs can also help in coping with the up with the consequences of that disasters in an effective manner. So how can it be done? That how can the preparedness be done? It can be done through the strengthening the technical and managerial capacity of the governments. Managerial capacity can be strengthened by giving training to the officials, uh, sharing best practices throughout the country, how the management has handled a particular crisis effectively, and communities as well as organization can be educated and made aware about the preparedness of a particular disaster. In this case, it is about the landslides. What more can be said on the disaster preparedness is that the disaster preparedness involves risk assessment. We, through the hazard zonation map, we know the risk in the Himalayan region or the northeastern region. So that is the risk assessment, and by this risk assessment we can point out which measures are to be implemented in times of this landslides, and we also can take help of the early warning systems that that can help us in dealing with landslides. And the disaster preparedness also involves life safeguarding equipments in the disaster prone areas. These equipments has to be kept in that particular area in case there is an emergency. So the emergency kits in anticipation of need should be kept in that particular area, and ERS communication, emergency response communication, must be established, because traditional or conventional communications lines will not work in case of disasters like cyclones. So that is also needed. So this is about the disaster preparedness, and the main part of the question is the hazard zonation mapping and how it can benefit in the disaster preparedness or mitigation. It is basically the hazard zonation mapping, as we have seen. This is the hazard zonation map of our country for the landslides. So how it can help in mitigating the disasters, that is what the question is asking, and you have to explain that how the LHZ, that land hazard zonation map, will help. So land hazard zonation map is basically about categorizing a particular region or homogenizing the region, and ranking that particular region on the degree of potential hazard. So it can help us in the mitigation of the disasters like landslides or the mass movements. So basically what we are doing here is that we are knowing the susceptibility of an area to landslides, and we, through this, we can determine and we can decide what type of structures that need to be built in that particular area, solid structures or which type of structures has to be built, and how we can effectively develop those structures so they can be prepared for the landslides. Other benefits of hazard zonation mapping are that hazards, although cannot be avoided altogether, but we can take the precautionary measures for the initial planning. So in the initial planning, we will be knowing that this particular area is landslide prone, so we can plan in advance and plan only those structures which are viable to be developed in that particular area. So effective utilization of this hazard zonation map can considerably reduce the damage potential done to the infrastructure, and can save economic resources of the country. It can also help us in avoiding and preventing or substantially mitigating the hazard. So these are the benefits of the hazard zonation. In the conclusion, you can write that the landslide hazard zonation mapping serves as one of the component of the integrated disaster management planning, and you can also highlight the importance of the land, and and specify that land is the scarcest resource, and the increasing population pressure has also increased the intensity on the land, and India is particularly vulnerable to the landslide hazards. So, and you also can quote the recent example of Kerala in conclusion, and in this way you can conclude the question. I'll be dealing with more such questions if I get enough response from you guys. If you have liked the video, please like the video and comment your response in the comment section. Thank you for watching.